forward caster of the ship. Behind me here, we have a 3-inch gun. These were originally supposed to have 5-inch guns, but because of the war effort and the fact that they were running low on certain munitions, they were relegated to 3-inch. This is an obsolete weapon by World War II. This is a World War I era weapon. They're put on the DEs because that's all they have left. And for the Navy, it was good enough. It's a 3-inch, 50 caliber, because the size of the round will be 3 inches. The length of the barrel is 150 inches in length. Divide that by 3, you get 50. This is the British way of measurement. The Americans stopped doing that, which means we have no elevator on this gun, so there's no way to bring the rounds up. So somebody's going below deck, and they're carrying them all by hand.
Wow.
These weigh about, good observation. The lowest ones do that gun by 6 inches. Now, the crew of that gun, you'll notice a lot of books, jackets, shirts, and other equipment in there. Those are actual items donated to us by former DE sailors and other U.S. naval personnel. And we're going to have you come all the way around. The life jacket all the way in the corner here is going to have Elam Slater's name on it. 33 sailors will be sleeping in this compartment of the ship. As you can see, tight quarters and no privacy whatsoever.
That ain't no fun.
This is the Elam Slater's life jacket. Now, in this area, we have 3 separate rooms. We have our radio room, our yeoman's office, and our captain's quarters. In our radio room, we have Morse code going off constantly. This is how the fleet is keeping in contact with each other. You are receiving these Morse codes from a lead ship or the base itself. Average pay for the enlisted was every 2 weeks, you got $60. When you got paid, you didn't really line up here because paying 216 guys, you're what you do is lean forward as much as you can and then go straight up. That way you don't bump your head.
I'm going up there too.
Here we Now, as we notice in this room, we have red lights on. There are only red lights in this room because this door would be completely sealed. You're coming in here for 4 to 8 hour shifts, and you're staying in here. So,
You say this is what you did, sir?
At sea, it was in there. Yeah.
How did you?
So we are currently on our signal bridge now. We have a 24-inch and a 12-inch spotlight, both made by GE, actually up in Schenectady of all places. So they're essentially home. The 24-inch there would only be used in emergencies because if we were to turn that on at night, we can see everything across. But that means that everybody else, friends and enemies, can see us. We become a massive target.
Was that code the, where'd he go?
But when she's being rearmed in New York Harbor, she pulls up alongside the USS Franklin. The Franklin had seen action in the Pacific, and she had been battered. Kamikazes, torpedoes, bombs. It feels like... No, I can't, no. It's currently under renovation right now. We don't have the strap here. Best anti-aircraft gun during the war. You wanted to use these. You have 2 guys sitting in chairs controlling direction on your right side, elevation on your left. 2 loaders behind them, 2 more loaders on the ground who are going to hand them these 4-round clips. There you are. And a gun captain for an entire crew of 7. Firing rate is approximately 160 rounds a minute, so much slower than 20 millimeters, but the bullet on those alone weighs 2 pounds. The footage that we saw earlier. Now, the footage that we saw earlier, where we're seeing some of the Japanese planes get shot down with their wings blown off, that's because they're getting hit by these. Thank you, sir. Now, pressure activated. So in the film, we saw it would be closed up. You would take your wrench, say set depth to 75. You would then charge your depth to 75. When you are ready, you open this, which is called a K-gun. Opens the breech. Take your charged shot. A fully loaded charged shot would send this overboard around 300 feet. You want to get it as far overboard as possible because the closer it is to your ship, the more risk of damage, from your ship. That's it. Load it in the bridge. What's that? Yes. Yep. Right in the breech. Close it up. The weapon is now ready to fire. When you're given the order, you pull on it, and essentially, charge goes in and blows both the depth charge and the arbor, which is the metal piece keeping it attached to the ship, overboard. There is one arbor on board for every depth charge, of which we have about 200.